Hello Capricorn, welcome in. Welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning in to the energies of July 2025 specifically, and Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. All right, hope this reading finds you happy and healthy and enjoying your journey to becoming more and more yourself. Thank you. Outcome and advice for Capricorn. All right. Take a look at the cards here. All right, we've got the Lovers in reverse as the overall energy. Gemini energy we just came out of. Gemini time. Lovers reverse. A breakup. Making a different choice. What do we need to know about this? What does Capricorn... Hey, you're showing up in your reading. Capricorn. All right, Devil reverse, 10 of Wands reverse, 2 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Okay, well, that's interesting. Lovers reverse, but 2 of Cups upright. There's a disconnecting from toxic energy, from trauma bonds, codependency, dependency type of energies. It feels like letting go of the burdens of toxic relationships, looking for love, connection, like soul connection. 7 of Swords. It could be lying, cheating, stealing. Feels like keeping something to yourself. Not communicating everything. Keeping your own counsel about this. This is very interesting. I'm seeing Capricorn with the Lovers reverse as the overall energy. It's like you're making a different choice. This feels like it's around a romantic partnership. There's a breakup. You're no longer interested in doing the heavy lifting, being burdened in relationships. Feels like there's a new relationship coming in, and it's different than your usual type. This has you getting out of a comfort zone and facing fears. Feels like you're keeping this quiet and keeping it to yourself. I'm loving this because it feels like you don't have to mask yourself. It's not toxic. You're not feeling burdened by this relationship. This feels like an honest connection. It feels very healing, and you're keeping it to yourself. You feel very authentic, like you can show up and be yourself. This isn't a comfort zone type of relationship. Like 8 of Swords as well, it feels like you're seeing this very clearly. Wow. Anything else that Capricorn... What's the 7 of Swords? Let's clarify that a little bit. Like, why? Wow. Okay. King and Queen of Swords coming up together. That's a matched pair. It's not the sexiest pair. It also makes a lot of sense now why there's so many sword energy, thinking, communication. Wow, these are amazing cards. This feels like somebody who has your back. It feels like you're being cautious, like realistically cautious. Feels like you're keeping this person to yourself. Like you're not announcing this relationship. It's interesting because it feels like as the relationship starts, you're holding some things back, not to be deceptive. It feels like you're kind of waiting to see, you know, what this is, who this is. But it feels like right away, excuse me, it's all that communication. Like just reading this space, it's very healing communication. Feels like at first you're holding back a bit, just, you know, seeing, you're not, bleh, you're waiting to see if who they are, what they have in store. But it feels like both of you can really let your guard down, like be your most authentic self. And it's a little scary. It's not your usual type of relationship. It's a different, you're choosing very differently. And you're having to face your fears, let go of a lot of limiting beliefs. I feel like some of the limiting beliefs that you're letting go is that this is even possible. It feels like somebody who's seeing things similarly, and you have each other's back. This is very healing. It ends this old cycle. It ends something around how you choose lovers. It feels like you used to choose more toxic connections where you felt very depleted. The toxic connections might have been more fiery. I'm definitely not seeing wands here. So you might have in the past been more attracted to kind of devilish energy with a lot of jumping very quickly into a steamy relationship and it ending up being very toxic, where this feels very loving, like you can be yourself, and there's a lot of talk. It's a very, with swords, communication, beliefs. Wow. And with the Wheel of Fortune showing up, it feels like you feel very lucky. You feel on top of the world. Hey. Top of the world. Hey. Now. Maybe that song has something to do, if you can recognize my singing. This looks good. It's not the sexiest, fieriest, passionate type of relationship. Well, let's keep going. Let's see what we've got here. All right, interesting. In what's hidden, we've got the World reversed and Four of Pentacles. Looks like in the past, or this feels like the past, in what's hidden, you were holding on, Lovers reversed, to and repeating cycles. thinking this is as good as it gets. I should be happy with this. This relationship is as good as it gets. I'm going to hold on to this because at least I have it feels like a lot of kind of talking yourself to stay. Feels like your fears are keeping you stuck in a relationship that you do not prefer. What does Capricorn need to know? What does Capricorn need to know? King of Pentacles in reverse just popped out. So it feels like you were in a past relationship with someone who wasn't really grounded, stable, secure. It feels like they were more concerned with appearances. They needed to appear in a certain way. Wealthy, secure, established, stable, but they're not. This feels like someone, yeah, okay. 5 of Cups, Knight of Cups in reverse. Selling a false reality with the Knight of Cups in reverse. Feels like this person's a good talker. Selling illusions, delusions. And it looks like they took advantage of your unhealed wounds and played with your emotions and in your emotions. They sold you a false reality and got you thinking that this is as good as you could have it. They got a bargain. That's I think what's hidden is you have so much value. You are precious, priceless, but you don't see your own value. And so this person took advantage of the wounds that you have, where you can't see your value and worth. Kind of traded places with you. Gave you their insecurities and made you more insecure. It feels like you become more toxic and more insecure in this connection. It's a false reality too. They sold you a fantasy that it feels like because of your unhealed wounds, you believed this false reality, a fantasy. So really you're projecting an idealized fantasy onto this person, and they could never be that version. All right, anything else that's hidden that would help Capricorn? Wow. Okay. It looks like you really stepped into your strength and ended this relationship with the Death card. That's a definite ending. You got out of a comfort zone and found your strength, found your inner confidence. Wow. And created an ending. I'd rather be alone. It looks like you went into hermit mode with some Virgo energy and came to some enlightenment. Maybe what I just mentioned, you were able to see that this person feels like the longer you walk away from this connection, this toxic connection, and by yourself, the more you start seeing clearly what was happening. You can't figure it out while you're still in the toxic connection. It's just too much, but it feels like the more you walk away, the more you leave, the more clarity you get, the more enlightenment. And so now there's this, you've got the whole world at your hands. You're leading yourself, taking the lead after breaking from this commitment. For some of you, it looks like this was a marriage. And breaking the contract, the marriage contract is the best thing that's ever happened. And what I'm seeing here is it's leading you into finding a very different type of relationship, very loving. The communication here is very healing. Whoever this is that's coming in, it's a very healing communication where you can unmask and be yourself. You feel seen and heard. All right, in the outcome and advice, we've got the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. More of that sword energy. Knight of Swords is rushing in. Seven of Swords showed up in the overall energy. It's about keeping things to yourself, being tactical, maybe not sharing everything right away, but holding some back. Knight of Swords is rushing in. Someone's rushing in with the communication. More swords, creating Two of Swords opportunity. Confusion. I don't know if I should... Oh my gosh, is this happening in July? This relationship might be... that's in the outcome. So now I'm seeing this person coming in the outcome that I've been describing. Feels like they're holding back. It doesn't feel like they're holding back. They're rushing in to communicate. I think both of you are overthinking things. Like there's a lot of overthinking, confusion, choices here. Ooh, Lovers in reverse again. That's the overall energy of the reading. Okay, the confusion, the worry that's coming out is you're afraid to repeat this old lovers type of energy. There's a belief that you might have, Capricorn, that this past person, this person that sold you a false delusion, it feels like it was pretty fiery, very steamy, and very quickly went into a codependent type of relationship. And what I'm seeing here is there's worry, fear that you're going to repeat the past. But it looks like you've already let go. Four of Pentacles in reverse. You've let go of that way. You're not holding on. You've let go. It's not that. I think this person coming in, you can choose to take a pass on this or go for it. Choice is up to you. But what I'm seeing here is it's not your past person. This is a very different energy. Very different. It does seem like they come in quickly. They might be holding back a little bit in the messages. And I got that same feeling for you. It feels like both of you are being smart about this. Holding back. Not rushing in, just saying a few things here and there until you both see that you're on the same page, that you're both interested. If this person ghosts or cuts communication in any way, it feels like not chasing. If this person comes in and then all of a sudden it's crickets, I think that's a sign for you not to chase, to not step into that old way of needing. Oh my gosh, are you okay? Are we still? There's something there about that. That's a message. This was more worries about being abandoned again. And it feels like you're a bit in your head. I'm worried that if I let myself be interested in this person, that I'll get emotionally attached, that they will pull a bait and switch, and I'll have to abandon myself in a relationship, that I'll invest all my time and energy into a relationship that creates injustices for myself. Ooh, we've got Ace of Cups on the top of the deck here. It's a lot of emotions. It's a lot of overthinking and a lot of emotions coming up. I think focusing on what you want, staying present with whatever arises. Any last advice? Ooh, I've got an idea. I'm being called to these Enchanted Map Oracle cards. Feels like you could use some direction. Okay. What card? Thank you. Magic Prayer in reverse. 32. All right, Capricorn. Let's get you some good advice. Magic Prayer, reversal. Speak your prayers, listen for the answers, act in faith. Self-will that goes unchecked can bring difficulties. Reverse, the Magic Prayer card is a sign that you mistakenly believe that your way is the only one. Could the path you're on be leading you to a place of regret? Or could you be pursuing something that just isn't good for you? If so, you may be facing a painful lesson, a lonely one too. Perhaps it is time to pray and meditate on your highest good and the highest good of all. Spirit may have other plans for you. Be assured that they will be better than any you could have dreamed up. Better than expected type of energy here. What I'm getting here is it feels like someone new in the month of July coming in and taking your time. It looks like you're coming out of a relationship or the type of relating where you were manipulated, your emotions were manipulated. You might have issues with projecting, fantasizing, the one, are you the one? That type of fantasy that someone in the past took advantage of. And someone coming in this current energy, it feels like you're showing yourself a different way of being. Instead, it feels like, is this the one? It says, let me just take my time, get to know, let's see. And if not, no big deal. I've learned, I've met someone, I had interesting experiences. There's something here in the outcome and advice about that's coming up in the from your unconscious to be felt, to be processed in a real way. It's something about fantasy and connection and what an idealized version of what a romantic relationship needs to be or should be instead of what it just is, and allowing someone to show up just as themselves and take it slowly, get to know them, get to know yourself with them, and without having to know how it ends. It feels like the pressure of, are you the one, that puts a lot on the other person, on the relationship. And can you just enjoy? Can you just be like, let's just have some fun. Let's enjoy this. It feels like a lot of enjoyment here. that you don't have to work very hard on. But it doesn't feel like there's a lot of steam. This feels, maybe it's too cerebral for some of you, and that's fine. Then you get to figure out and something more that you like, that you don't prefer in another. There's something here about that, like needing this person in this relationship to be the one that's putting a lot of pressure on the other person to show up in a certain way, to fit into some idea that you have. So I hope that's helpful, Capricorn. Have a great July. Take care.